Good morning. Yep, no, afternoon, I think. Afternoon, everybody. So I want to talk about something I've been potentially diagnosed with, health anxiety. I've just come back from the doctors, and I've been worried and concerned last good 6 months. First of all, that I'd lost weight and I hadn't lost weight. I've now since gained a stone since my last appointment. What is health anxiety? Basically, and I've had to look this up. Health anxiety is sometimes called hyperchondroplasia. My apologies. It's when you spend so much time worrying that you're getting ill that it starts to take over your life. Now, I don't agree with my GP's diagnosis, first of all, but I want to talk about it. I thought I'd document this episode because I think it's important. It will help people. My mental health is really good at the moment, and I explained that to my GP. But what we discussed was quite interesting. Was that the fact that I'd felt worried that there is something wrong inside my digestive system. I still got to have a colonoscopy, and that's still going to go ahead. I've got to chase that up because I can't seem to digest food properly. So. But there's been weight gain. First it was weight loss, now weight gain. Now there's no fear in me that I might have cancer because you can't have cancer. So the doctor says if you put on weight, don't have epilepsy no more. I do walk a lot. I stopped training because I couldn't breathe, and that was the thing that I went to the GP for. But it's quite interesting. I thought going on the NHS website, he's asked me to do a table, and I think. Sometimes, and I know that from my own research, that when we agree or disagree with our GPs, they do more in the last 3-5 years that I've come across in all my health conditions, when I had epilepsy, is to do research. So they've asked me to do a table. Well, you can't see that. Draw a line basically. Difficulty breathing, and then try and counter that with a common sense rule. Being overweight can cause breathlessness, but I think anxiety, when we talk about it, is a general worry and concern about something, and that can be, like I said the other day, when you go for an exam test, anxiety and the worry can come up. That's normal. Now, was there fear in me, or is there fear in me that I've got cancer? No. But I got confused about my digestive system and still am, why I can't, feel food going down there. It could be loads of different things. So hopefully when I have the colonoscopy, we'll get to the bottom of it. But it's interesting because I didn't know health anxiety existed. Well, I know that you can over worry about things, but not to the stage where you feel you've got an actual condition of health anxiety. And on the NHS website, it's quite interesting because there's quite a few different things on that list that I have no association to, like it affects your daily life, you avoid to do things. I have stopped training but not stopped walking. I did a 12-mile walk the other day, and it was difficult, but I really enjoyed it. So I haven't stopped exercising, and I've really tried to work around my diet, which has been difficult because certain foods have been causing me pain and discomfort. But the doctor said that you've got IBS, but my IBS has never been that bad. So my doctor says, "Are you stressed or worried?" No. I mean, if he saw my social media posts on mental health, it would be like maybe have a different mindset. But I respect all GPs, but I think sometimes that you can get a misdiagnosis, and yes, you can over worry yourself. But what's the future? What's the future of actual health? Is it going to be all telehealth? Do we need GPs? Because this today is made me think. In the last all my years I've been with all my GPs, especially when I developed epilepsy and all the health conditions that I had. Well, just like normal, like IBS and other things, asthma. I was going to the GP a lot just for maybe, not the sake of it, but they wouldn't give me, why is it GPs never give you a straight answer and they put you on medication straight away? I think the future might be a bit different, maybe. Mental health is different because that's actual science. We all have worry and concern. But I thought it was interesting. I wanted to share with you, and I hope it didn't bore you too much. It's important we keep all our health and our fitness in check, and we treat it seriously. And maybe am I wrong? Am I guilty? Because since I had epilepsy, although I'm healed, I always went to the GP as a follow-up, as the hospital stated. And I treat my health and my fitness very seriously. I'm not a health freak and worry about everything. I don't feel like I do. I just feel frustrated that I can't consume food at the moment. I did try and explain it to my GP. I don't think it came across well. And I think sometimes that presents anxiety on its own when your GP does not understand you or doesn't really take on board active listening. But we did agree on some things. I've put on weight and I need to exercise, increase that higher, which is fine. I can do that, not a problem. I love exercising. But anyway, we need to be, I think it's important that we do go to our GPs and we do allow them to, talk with them. You're not always going to agree with them. You shouldn't, because they're not, I'm not saying it's not always right. It's a mutual ground and a relationship we have with them, because sometimes in life we can say, right, okay, you've got a good teacher there, yeah, I like my teacher, don't really like my GP, no, not good, not going to him or she again. And it happens in life. But I think it becomes a concern when something gets missed. I think my doctor's spot on. I don't think, we've covered all grounds, we've just got to wait for the colonoscopy, really. The weight I can address, that's something I can do immediately. And when I do that, then I feel better up here, because I can go and do a 4-mile tab today, which is saying we're using a forces, just a 4-mile. I put some weight on my back and get back into training, which is good, really. So I feel liberated that I've been to my GP, got the all clear that, I've put on weight, it's not good, but it makes me want to think, well, I can get back on the hills and go do, because I stopped training. I didn't stop walking, but I stopped training as hard as I was because I had breathing problems. And we decided, we'd agreed, I'd agreed with a GP, but I'm not going to order the chest x-ray. So yeah, I think though, learning lesson for me and anybody else, always go to your GP. You're not always going to agree, but in that process, I think we develop as a human, as a person, with our own health, anxiety, and maybe the levels will go down and up over our life. But it's important that we have human contact, and I know it's been difficult through COVID. Most GP surgeries do the telephone act now. Today was physical. Obviously, he did listen to my chest. I don't think I've ever been a health freak, but I know that I've had with epilepsy, and I had severe epilepsy. It's a very rare condition. It's non-epileptic attack disorder, and it's very serious because not a lot of people make it on the other side, and they end up in institutions sometimes, sadly. The brain can go that far. But I've dealt with a lot of trauma, and for me, this is like a walk in the park, to be honest. I had to laugh, I'll be honest. I laughed after I come out of surgery because I'm thinking, how can I have health anxiety? I'm on social media every day. I love reading about mental health. Not to the stage that I'm worried about it, because I know that it helps people and I put out good content. I've learned so much. But sometimes we miss things. Sometimes you can work too hard. Do we feel burnout? Not really. I live near the hills. I go for my walks, and I have a pretty quiet life. I'm blessed. I've got my faith. I'm happy. I might be single, but I don't feel I've got health anxiety. So I disagree with my GP. I'll put that out there. But I do take his advice on board, especially with the weight, because that is serious. That can lead to heart problems, diabetes. And so I do acknowledge that, and that's important that we do take things seriously. GPs, but it is hard, I think, sometimes when you disagree with a GP, and that can cause extra anxiety, I guess. I don't know, on the NHS website it says that you can this condition, you can actually go and get CBT. I've had CBT loads of times, well, not loads of times, but a fair few times to deal with different things. But I feel positive. I feel positive doing these videos, I feel liberated on that and documenting stuff. So that's my episode at the GP. Maybe I'll do more in the future. I'll disclose it, it's fine. I think that these videos will help people, and mental health is so important. And whenever we talk about anxiety, although I laughed at myself, we must treat our health seriously. So it is important for everybody to get into phone our GPs, or have trust in a system, a person of professional experience. So that and do research as well. As my GP said, I've done research today on health anxiety. I feel happy. I've done my chart. I'll do a walk later. I bought some fruit and veg, and I'll be back on the health track. I'm going to wait trace up the colonoscopy, see what's going on there. But I feel good anyway. So that's it for me. Sorry it's a bit long. I hope it's not too boring. I think it's just important to document and share stuff sometimes. It's part of my new element of personal branding, especially on the mental health side and health and fitness. As I do more training, I try and document that as best I can for you guys. Thank you so much. This is Mental Health TV on YouTube, coming into LinkedIn. Take care, everybody. God bless. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon on one of my next exciting, in-depth, documentary style, maybe music style videos next. Well, you never know what's coming from me. Thank you so much. Take care.